This is a good one. You see, instead of looking at how ridiculous a lot of things are in this life and the problems and the negativity and just the mismatching going on, that one will feel if you're in a higher state of consciousness. You're gonna like see it, feel it, recognize it. You'd be like, what the hell? See, the mind and ego uses that as evidence to try to get you into some down state, like, oh, this sucks, everything sucks. But actually, this isn't a technique, it's just intelligence. Doesn't that make it easier when you see all the nonsense, especially if you're in the West? Doesn't it make it easier to just kind of just drop out? You're just like, okay, just gonna like drop out of life. It's not a dropout. It's not a negative a negative thing. Now, the mainstream level consciousness say that's negative. So we need to talk about this for a second, clear up confusion, delusion. No, man, you're supposed to like, yeah, life. You're supposed to like have goals and achieve, and you got to like leave your mark, help the world, help the people. The world needs help. You got to help the world. You got to do this. You got to do that, and yeah, I know. But when I'm talking about dropping out of life, I'm talking about something recognizes that this is not your place. This isn't your home. This isn't the, eternal, like your short 70, 80 years here isn't like it. Something recognizes that this is just you're kind of like, it's like a vacation. Doesn't feel like one sometimes. Well, it'll feel like one when you drop out. But this is you're just you're riding this eternal bus, and like you stopped here for a while on this planet. Okay, let's check this out. See, when you recognize it like that, then you don't take all these things so serious. More importantly, you don't take yourself serious. Intruders. You see that this is a temporary stage that you're like experiencing. We're here because the consciousness wants to experience. This is why we're here. Some people say, like, what's the point of it all? Yeah, I know. It's a good question. I contemplate that too sometimes. And the answer is unending. You can always get a deeper answer to it. So don't try to figure that out. Why am I here? Your answer today will be different tomorrow, and so on. But one big reason is we're here to experience. Well, once you've experienced enough, coupled with the fact of what technology is doing nowadays, how everything's just speeding up so much, man, Jesus. And it's just becoming, people are detached, like in a negative way. It's not a spiritual detachment. Spiritual detachment is you feel your heart's open, like you care, you do what you need to do, and you try to help. At the same time, you recognize that God's running the show, and destiny is going to be what it's going to be. And it's not up to you to like save a person or anything. You try, you do what you can do, and some people you don't, because it's just clearly not. You're not supposed to, because the inner feeling's not there. So, yeah, I'm not talking about that kind of spiritual detachment nowadays. It's nowadays you're just they're a coldness and self-centeredness. I remember there was a video in China. There was a baby laying in the road, and it showed cars didn't stop. They just went around it. At least they didn't hit it, I guess, right? But they're about business. I gotta do stuff. Sorry, baby. Somebody else will stop. Yeah, everybody's thinking the same thing. Somebody else will stop. Pedestrians are walking like right by the kid and don't even see him because they're on their phones. When I go to the gym, what exercise they were doing? The sit-up machine, but they had the phone right in front of them. Running on the treadmill, got their earphones, got their phone. Super. This is killing people, man. Killing them from inside. They're still walking around, but it's like an empty shell. There's no spirit. Like the spirit's there, but it's so asleep, seemingly, meaning it's not bleeding through the human expression. And this is what technology is doing. It's seemingly killing the spirit. Can't kill the spirit. I know there'll be some that want to correct me, but and I agree. But the appearance of the spirit being dead is can be very strong nowadays. So the point, when you when you look at the anything, the commercials, the political promotions and rah rah rah, and what else? Movies, business, money hungry, everything money hungry. The advertisements, when you know doctors, the dentists, when you go there and you see the TV and telling you what they're trying to sell you, more vaccines and more this and that. When you just look at all that, the the battle between the sexes, guys wanting to use girls for sex and girls wanting to use guys for money, and dating apps, and everybody's lying on their profile, I assume. Just everything. It's like, where's something real? So being in the midst of all that, isn't it kind of easy just to drop out? You kind of just drop out, and then you can feel at peace. Unless you have strong desire to an identity with this world, because then you're going to get depressed. Because you're like, God, how can I got to like get ahead like everybody else somehow. They're not getting ahead. They're like going deeper into sleep. But you think that they're getting ahead because we're conditioned to believe that what everybody's doing is like what we're supposed to do, because like everybody's doing it. If I'm a sheep and the other sheep are going that way, and well, I guess I better go. There's something over there. It's the propensity and strength of current. It just kind of, I've said before, you can get swallowed up in it if you haven't reached an individual level yet inside yourself. If you're part of collective level, you're done. You're just like collateral damage. It's okay. It's God's game. If you've reached an individual level, then you have your own inner sanction. You're going by that inner feeling, and something keeps telling you like, yeah, they're all telling me this or that, but I'm not feeling it. I don't know. I don't feel it. Then God makes videos and uses people to express, like hopefully this one is, and say, no, you're right on, man. Follow your inner sanction. My friend and I were talking like 99% of everything is kind of artificial and fake on a certain level. But God always puts those few individuals somewhere, scatters them. And it's by law of karma and destiny and openness that you find them. You can't like find them. You can't pay a headhunter to go find an authentic doctor or dentist or spiritual teacher or girlfriend or boyfriend. Like you can't, because it's like impossible. They don't know what you're looking for anyway. God has to send them to you. And the universe will do that if you're open. If you drop out of the world, so to speak, or drop out of life, and then you drop more into spirit. That's an individual perception of what that means, but what I'm pointing to, I think those are the people I'm talking to, the ones that can understand what I'm saying. So in the midst of just a lot of chaos and nonsense and artificiality and all that, how do I look? Everybody's obsessed how I look. Let me be cute, and let me try to get attention. Let me make TikTok videos and drive backwards down the freeway, and then I'll get views. What do they say? Negative attention is better than no attention or something. Yeah, people living by that. Now everybody can be a star because they got YouTube. I think the Hollywood actors are jealous. Like, that's not fair. Like, we're the stars. Now anybody can be a star. And now everybody, it's cool. YouTube's cool, or video platforms. I mean, people can express themselves. This can be healthy. And then you can attract those who can relate with you. This is healthy expression, but there's always duality. There's always duality. At this particular time and age, or yuga, technological age, things are more negative than not, if you want to look at it from dualistic point of view. But That's what I'm saying. It's easy to kind of just drop. You just do your time. You just kind of drop out, and it's a very spiritual thing. You know, you hear read some books or in the past, or renunciants, and they talk about, you know, saints like renounce this life, renounce this life. This makes it easy to renounce this life, isn't it? If this was golden age and everybody's, you know, vibrating high, you might not want to renounce this life. Like, wow, this is great. But this time and age, doesn't it make it easier anyway? What makes it a little difficult maybe is if you're younger and you have some desires that you didn't put there. This is part of the game, you know, the challenge. The universe gives us, we have desires, and then some we can kind of just relinquish, and others we have to fulfill. So if you have a strong desire to get a romantic partner, but you can't find one because like everything's so pretentious and artificial, and you know, you meet a girl on the dating app and then you go to meet her and you're like, you're not this picture. Or guy there. So if you have a strong desire to fulfill an experience, but yet it feels like this world can't give you that, then you can start to get anxious. What do you do? I get that question with the younger guys on my other channel, Beyond the Alchemy, because they they want to find a girlfriend and they can't seem to find one. If you keep looking and looking and looking and you keep seeing that you can't find that because you're not part of the collective soup. If you're part of the collective soup, it's easy. You just go out, go anywhere, go to a club or somewhere. Hey, wow, you look good. And then she says, oh yeah, whatever, something. But if you're part of the collective mentality, you can go anywhere and you can meet people and everybody's on the same channel. But if you're not and you want to meet somebody, you keep trying and trying. Don't you see that it's like impossible? That your efforts cannot produce or give you the opportunity to have the experience that you want to have? How long do you got to keep trying before you can give up? Surrender. And then ironically, I've said before, when you stop trying to pursue so hard to get what you want, you end up getting what you want. It's just what it is. You can apply that to relationships, jobs, your purpose in life, you know, making money, whatever. You try, curing an incurable health situation. Try. Finally, it's like the life force stops. It stops. It just stops. Not because you're tired and you're tired of like doing a futile thing, a futile search. You're not tired because I don't have any energy, like because I'm just like, you know, sick. No, it's your karma's finished of being the autonomous individual who thinks it can do anything and manifest anything by its efforts. Like that's finished now. That's grace. That's grace that happened. Okay, don't fight it. That's my point. If you've reached that stage to where something inside is like, you know what, man, just give up. No, but the world says don't give up. Yeah, the hell with the world says. They don't know what they're talking about. Okay. You mean I can just chill? Yeah. Take some time off. Stop. Just stop. And then you get back to ground zero. And then the life force will move you and guide you what you're supposed to do or not do. And the cross currents will start to bring things to you that you're supposed to get. It may not meet your expectations of what you want. Well, forget what we want. At some point you realize this life's not your life. It's not your life. There's a much greater power that's like using us as a puppet and doing what it wants to do. You start to cooperate with that. Yeah, this is surrender. This is freedom. I'm just saying, this time and age with all the nonsense, it just makes it so easy, man. I mean, it can make it real easy. You just kind of like, okay, you just give up. Well, what happens then when you give up? Yeah, you'll see what happens. That's the point. You get to where it doesn't matter what happens. See, if you're questioning, yeah, but I want to know what's going to happen, that means you're not done yet. Keep trying. You're not done. Go and keep trying. You get to a stage where you don't care anymore about what happens if you give up. You just simply, that's it. You gave up. Yeah, but there's no yeah, but I give up. What if you don't do anything? So be it. I gave up. Yeah, but what about this? What about that? I don't know. God will, I'll find out. What about this and what about that? I'm not trying to like plan anymore. It's too much work. It's too much. It's work in the wrong way. It's not like, oh, I don't want to work because like I'm lazy. No, it's like it's stupid work. It's like it doesn't work for what? Work work towards trying to make something happen that it's almost it's like the life so the life force isn't supporting that. It's all mind, self-will. I'm going to make it happen. See, you start to discern and catch the difference. Catch out the difference between when it's autonomous individual ego self-will versus when it's divine life force. This is an important discernment to make. That discerning power gets activated once we give up. Because if we're still invested in getting our little expectations and projections met, we're not really open to this divine flow life force. We think we got it. I got it, God. Yeah, until I get in trouble. And then I'm like, okay, God, can you help me? No, it don't work like that. So this is the grace, the acid grace of hitting bottom, and you just get so sick of yourself and all the whole human game. You just get tired of it. I made that video, this human life doesn't work, or this human life isn't made to work. It's not made to work. It's made to see it don't work. And then there's this organic surrender. Organic. You're not practicing surrender. You don't even know you surrendered. You're just seeing things clear. Like it's just like, what do you mean? Like this thing don't work. I'm tired of like trying to make something work that's never going to work. Yeah, but sometimes it works. Yeah, okay, sometimes. For how long? And then it crashes because this life's always changing. You go up and then you go down and then you go up and you're done. Then if you go up and down, it's like, okay, whatever. You don't get all elated because, oh, I'm going up, my business is growing. You know, it's like, okay, my business is growing. Yeah, it's going to go down at some point. Oh, no, it goes down. You're not like, oh, no, it goes down. No, you're like, it's not your life anymore. All right. I hope you got something from that. And I'll talk to you guys soon. We have groups. If anybody wants to see one of our groups, you can write in. Go to the website, Satsang, Spiritual Satsangs. And then my new book is out. Can I say that? Because I think by the time this gets uploaded, it'll be out. Yeah, it should be out. The psychedelic book. For those who are interested in that, then you can see my the link in the website. Books. Yeah, I have a psychedelic book. I have a Preserving Your Sexual Energy book. And then I have an autobiography of a human book. And then I give my story. So some people can maybe relate to that and not feel like you're so alone and that there's nothing wrong with you. This is the thing. This is the main message here. There's nothing wrong with you. I put my hand back. I guess I'm still talking. There's nothing wrong. This is more important than giving some spiritual exercise and say, look, you get to watch your breath and you got to do Jim Mudra and you do this, like, I don't know, an hour twice a day. Understanding things like what I'm sharing about. For me, this was I get more spiritual juice from this than any spiritual technique. Hence, this is why I'm sharing it. And psychedelic book, I talk about how plant medicine, ayahuasca, San Pedro, things like that can be used as a medicine or as a healing agent to a degree. There's no cure-all. Just do this. No, you'll have samadhi forever. No, but people wanted to hear about it, and I have a lot of experience with it, so I shared about that. And then preserving your sexual energy, man, that's the thing. That is such a huge. I need to make another video on that. If I'm not lusting and edging and having promiscuous sex and jerking off and watching things on the internet that I shouldn't, getting dopamine hits and having fantasies, and when you're not doing all that, then the energy that's available for transformation and for subtle downloads is like night and day. That's the thing. You see, we need subtle perception to understand the messages that are being shared in these videos. Can't have subtle perception if we're like wasting our life for. So anyway, I talk about that in the book about preserving sexual energy. Okay, now I'm going to end the video. I'll see you.